Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California on a windy, cool day, so I hope you can hear me. Today is Throwback Thursday, and I wanted to do it today on my dinosaur kale. So many people ask so many questions and are so interested in it. And this is my field of dinosaur kale. What it is it's kale that I planted back in 2015. Even really before we were doing YouTube, I was putting up a few things for Gary's family in Australia to see and kind of like maybe for me to remind myself and basically for fun. That's what I was doing back then. And I did find a little bit of footage on it, not too much, but I will put the links to the ones to show you. I believe I planted like 4 or 5 dinosaur kale here. I planted one straight in the ground, which is right over here. I'm hoping you can see it. Now this one's in the ground, and what I did here was I planted, let me see if I can move you over a little bit, and I'll get some close-ups of it. I planted this dinosaur kale, which was really small. It was only about, 8 inches? It was from the nursery. I planted it in the ground, and I put a flower pot next to it, which is still going strong. It's still good, hasn't broke, with no bottom. So when I water the flower pot, the water concentrates and goes straight to the roots of the dinosaur kale, which I think really did help it. Let's see, the other dinosaur kale that's also older was planted in this blue tub. Barrel, that's what it was, a big plastic barrel, a food barrel of some sort, and he cut it in half. So this one has no bottom as well. And I planted one of them in there. I planted another one in the bricks, and I'll get closer over there and show you that one. And then I believe there's another one in the ground. Let's walk over and take a look. Yes, there's another one here that's planted in the ground. And again, it's got the flower pots next to it. These plants were planted back in 2015 and we're in 2019. So they are 4 years old and they're going really good. This one is, I'll have to get behind there and show you. This one's like a jungle. It's going all the way back. It winds and snakes around. It's got multiple trunks on it. The birds sit up there, they eat the top, they chew the tender leaves, and they just do a number on it. But you know what? There's more than enough leaves for us. The other one in the ground, the same thing, it's winding around. The one in the bricks, oh, that was the one. The one in the brick is doing really good. The one that's growing in the blue tub is doing really good. And if you see other ones around it, like this one here, that's just cuttings. I'll just grab a piece and stick it in the ground, and you'll see cuttings are all through here in different tubs. When I say cuttings, it's literally snapping a piece off. It can be this big, it could be a foot long, sticking it in some soil, and it takes off and grows. I have nothing to lose if it doesn't grow. Pull it out, compost it. But they've all really grown really, really well. So all in all, do you have to pull out your dinosaur kale after a year? That's up to you. Now, some people say the leaves are smaller as it gets older. That's true and not true. It's a combination of things. First of all, it grew much better in the winter. Dinosaur kale really likes the cool weather and it tastes really good at that point too. In the summer, it's kind of stronger, but we use it. We use it for everything all year round. So I love the plant. Here in Southern California, it's a bush, it's a hedge, it's a bonsai. It's whatever you, and while I'm standing here come the birds and they're all gonna take their nibbles out of it. But I enjoy it. So do you have to pull it out? Again, it's up to you. And as far as the leaf size, that's where I was going. I kind of got sidetracked with the birds all coming in. Let me show you right here. This plant has gone to seed. This is only the second time in 4 years it has gone to seed. And it's now producing flowers. Well, it's just starting and the flowers will open and then it will produce seed. If I want to keep the seeds, I'll have to cover it because the birds will eat it. If not, I can just forget it. I don't even know if I'm going to keep the seeds because I do so much cuttings on it. But it doesn't kill the plant. Kale, dinosaur kale, is not lettuce. Lettuce is annual. When lettuce goes to seed, it's gone. Rarely will you be able to get that lettuce to regrow. And once in a while, some people say they've cut it and it's grown back, but it's pretty much done. It's toast. It's gone. As far as dinosaur kale, when it goes to seed, no. It's going to go to seed. The leaves will get smaller because it is putting all its energy into producing seed. So that makes the leaves smaller. If you trimmed it, took care of it better than me, you probably would get massive leaves on it too. I let it grow wild in a natural state. I guess it's natural, I don't know. I let it grow wild and let the birds use it for perches, and I keep a water fountain here right next to it. I don't know if you can see that right there, and it's going a bucket. It's a green bucket with one of my solar water fountains I made. And the birds just come in here and they hang out in the dinosaur kale, and I absolutely love it. So I just kind of thought today would be a really good throwback Thursday to talk about my dinosaur kale. Even though I don't have really good videos to show of it, you'll see a little glimpse in it in some of the past videos of what it looked like. It's done really well growing in the ground, in containers, and in the bricks. All of them are still alive. And the only thing is, the one on the beginning, right in the beginning, it's had its, issues. This was my fault. This is all my fault. I didn't trim it, take care of it, and it split. See how it split? Technically, it really should come out. I don't have the heart to take it out. I've just been taking care of it, so it doesn't have the oomph it normally would have to push all its energy into all the branches and leaves, because there really is too many branches. There's so much damage there. If I decide to plant something else in this area, I'll take it out. Right now, it's producing so many little branches that I could take the little branches off and produce all kinds of dinosaur kale. So I don't really have to take it out right now. There's no reason. It's hanging in there. The birds like it. I like it. If you had it in your yard, do a better job than me. Trim it up, take care of it. You can make like a bonsai out of it. You can design it any way you want. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's really cool. Could you imagine having a bonsai in your garden made out of dinosaur kale? I think that's fabulous. But anyways, don't worry if it's going to seed. It's not going to kill the plant. If you don't want the seed and you want the leaves to continue to be big, go ahead and cut the seed heads off. I will tell you that during that time, it's going to still try to produce seed because it's the right time of the year. The sky is beautiful, it's spring. And for this particular plant, it's kicked into producing. So you're going to cut the seeds and it's going to come back somewhere else. Eventually it'll stop because it's only going to do it for so long. And then you'll be okay and it will be fine. But I'm going to leave the seeds right now because the birds really enjoy coming in and picking at the seeds. And like I said, it hasn't produced any seeds yet. It's only got the seed heads just starting. It's green. It will have these pretty little yellow flowers, and then of course the seeds will produce at that point. But see, this one is a cutting. This came off the mother plant, but the mother plant is in there, and you'll see how it snakes out, goes through the fence, and it's just so big. But you don't have to pull it out. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to have a massive plant and you want to plant fresh and have nice young plants and tender leaves, then go ahead, use them as an annual and pull them out. But actually, they're not an annual. They'll just keep going. And they're 4 years old, and I'm going to see how long they'll go. If they want to go 4, 5, 6, 10 years, great, let it go. As long as it's not in my way and it's not producing, anything that I can't use as food. I am using all this as food. Now, I can't take the tiny leaves off because it's really nothing. I take the leaves off and I throw the little yellow leaves in my compost bins. I let the birds chew on this. For some reason, they chew on this particular one more than the other one. See, they haven't touched this. I don't know why. Maybe the shelter is better. Maybe they like this one better. I don't know. They chew on the one in the back a little bit, but this is the one they really get to. Maybe it tastes better. The original plants from 2015 are still going strong. And had I done something better with them, they probably would have looked a whole lot better than they look now. I just kind of left them. Anyways, no, I just kind of left it because that's my thing. I go on to so many other things that are far more important than trying to trim all this down. But I do a lot of cuttings. It's all over my yard. I have got trimmings from these plants everywhere. So these 4 plants have produced so much dinosaur kale for me as far as new plants and food. So with that, I just want to say, don't worry if it goes to seed. That's natural. It's not going to kill the plant. My plant's only gone to seed twice. This is the second time. It didn't go in the beginning and only did it one other time. It didn't kill it. It was fine. And you don't have to pull it out if you don't want to. And if you want to pull it out, you can. And if you want to design it like a bonsai, you can. Or you could just have it one trunk or multiple trunks. I have multiple trunks on mine. But if you let it get too heavy, it will crack and break. So with that, that's a Throwback Thursday on my dinosaur kale from 2015, and now it is April 2019, and it is still growing, and it is producing food, and it's producing lots of new plants for us too. So with that, have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow, or share it with the birds. Okay, I'm not gonna eat that one. They've already eaten that. There you go. It's sweet. It's small this late, but that's because it's now growing the seed and the birds have been chewing on it and it's damaged, but it's okay. Have a great day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye, everybody.